歡迎收睇言語光電視教會透視節目，我係梁樂燕 Rodney。教宗2019年3月祈禱意向係為認清基督徒團體嘅權利。教宗表示，讓我哋祈禱，願基督徒團體，尤其係受迫害嘅團體，感受到基督嘅同在，佢哋嘅權利亦都受到承認。
Quizás nos cueste creerlo, pero hoy hay más mártires que en los primeros siglos. Son perseguidos porque a esta sociedad le dicen la verdad y anuncian a Jesucristo. Esto sucede especialmente allí donde la libertad religiosa todavía no está garantizada. Pero también en países que en la teoría y en los papeles tutelan la libertad y los derechos humanos. Recemos para que las comunidades cristianas, en especial aquellas que son perseguidas, sientan la cercanía de Cristo y tengan sus derechos reconocidos.
教廷萬民福音部部長斐洛尼樞機喺2019年3月1日飛抵台灣嘉義雲林縣，以教宗特使嘅身份代表教宗方濟各主持聖體大會，並會晤當地嘅主教。其後喺3月2日到訪台北，探訪輔仁大學嘅神學院同埋當地修院。接住喺3月3日主日到訪澳門，與神職人員會面，並於主教座堂聖母聖誕堂主持彌撒。澳門教區社會傳播中心就為我哋帶嚟當日嘅報導。
教廷萬民福音傳播部部長斐洛尼樞機日前到台灣代表教宗方濟各主持聖體大會，並於3月3日中午抵達澳門。斐洛尼樞機抵澳後，先與聖若瑟修院修生享用午膳，及後與本澳教區神職人員會晤，談及培育與牧民嘅重要性。樞機又引用教宗方濟各嘅教導，要教導時下嘅青年學習辨別。佢表示，教導青年懂得辨別十分重要，唔止係回應司鐸或者係修道聖召，亦都要喺婚姻聖召裏邊學懂如何辨別，而且喺每日嘅生活中知道辨別嘅重要性。下午6點半，斐洛尼樞機喺主教座堂主持英文主日彌撒，理主教及一眾神職人員共祭。樞機喺講道中首先指出，我哋都係天主家庭嘅一份子。佢鼓勵教友每日都需要省察自己喺呢個家庭入邊與天主與耶穌嘅關係，並且要將福音帶到日常生活中。
Not to live the gospel here inside when you go outside. Bring the gospel with you, and they will accompany you in your life every day. And perhaps you will make a short meditation every day to say where I am today. Reading the gospel of today will accompany you, will make you perhaps a wise disciple.
此外，樞機又鼓勵在場嘅教友要肩負起傳教士嘅角色。
To be missionary is not necessary to go in an institution, Franciscan, Dominican, perhaps Xaverian, and so on. No, that is another question. Each one of us, because the baptism, received a vocation. This vocation is to announce Jesus.
最後，樞機提醒教友要真心愛自己嘅信仰，唔好對天主存有條件嘅愛。
Many of us are a little bit cold. We don't love our faith. We love a little. We say, God, if you give me something, I will love you. Like babies. Mom, give me something, I will be good. Well, that is okay for the children, but not with God.
佢強調，只有全心愛自己嘅信仰，就會明白福傳嘅意義，亦會願意時刻同其他人分享福音嘅喜訊。3
月4號，斐洛尼樞機到訪澳門聖若瑟大學主持彌撒， 同埋祝聖青州新校舍，並與大學教授會晤。我哋再交俾澳門教區社會傳播中心為我哋報導。
教廷萬民福音傳播部部長斐洛尼樞機訪問澳門，並於3月4日早上為聖若瑟大學及聖若瑟教區中學第6校主持聖若瑟敬禮彌撒及青州校園祝聖儀式。澳門教區首牧李賓生主教、黎鴻星榮休主教及一眾神父共祭。樞機喺講道中指出，學校以聖若瑟為主保聖人，聖若瑟係耶穌嘅首位老師，佢係教導耶穌信仰及生活嘅導師。希望各位老師都以聖若瑟為榜樣，成為一位好老師。佢認為要成為一位好老師，先要遵守天主嘅誡命，同學生保持良好嘅關係，要因材施教，最重要係互相包容。
Not kill. Of course, not kill physically, but we can listen also, we can kill also by mouth, by other means, destroying the other. But this is essential, not kill, not physically, but also neither morally, or by words, or by deeds.
另外，佢提醒老師們要信任學生，唔好對佢哋有雙重標準，要尊重學生嘅學習成果，更要以身作則，作誠實嘅模範，唔好口不對心，向學生講出心裏面嘅想法，教佢哋要腳踏實地。佢強調，學習唔單止將知識傳遞俾學生，更要肯定學生完全明白教學內容，能夠學以致用，將學到嘅知識融會貫通到實際生活上。彌撒中舉行咗祝聖青州校園儀式。彌撒後，樞機與一眾聖大師生進行交流。聖大校長史佩德神父先向樞機簡單介紹大學概況，及後由各學院院長及學生代表逐一講述各學院最新發展及學生校園生活。樞機表示，一所大學若果冇學生，只係一棟建築物，要有人有愛，願意喺埋一齊分享，先至係學校。佢認為大學文化應持有開放態度，係可以分享並讓人與人相遇。一個文化若果唔開放，就冇將來。佢一再強調，教育除咗教導學生擁有專業技能外，更要教導學生能夠判斷是非對錯，尤其喺現今科技發達嘅年代，懂得如何正確使用科技非常重要。及後喺聖若瑟教區中學第6校校長喬樹勇博士陪同下，樞機與一眾神長參觀咗第6校嘅宗教活動室，亦與該校老師交流。樞機表示，作為老師要陪伴孩子成長，同佢哋建立一份施與受嘅關係，喺教導學生知識嘅同時，亦可以喺佢哋身上學懂咩係人性。佢強調，中學時期係一個孩子成長嘅重要階段，一個孩子能否向好嘅方面發展，就視乎呢個階段能否向佢哋提供合適嘅教導。佢更提醒各位老師要以愛並要用心教導學生。佢希望各位老師能夠喺喜樂感恩嘅態度下教學，讓學生明白人類最重要嘅就係愛。
多謝澳門教區社會傳播中心為我哋嘅報導。3月4號，教廷萬民福音部部長斐洛尼樞機結束咗訪問澳門教區之後，隨即轉往香港，繼續訪問行程。樞機喺香港分別探訪咗將軍澳明愛專上學院同埋香港仔聖神修院，期間亦都同香港神職班會晤。香港教區青年網上媒體沸點節目嘅麥神問號嘅主持麥冠達神父，亦都把握良機訪問咗斐洛尼樞機，同大家去分享佢對中國教會嘅經驗同埋反思。
麥神問號。
Brothers and sisters, we are very pleased today because we are with His Eminence Cardinal Fernando Filoni, the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of People.
Good afternoon.
I should say welcome back to Hong Kong because it's not your first time in Hong Kong.
Yes, I am back in Hong Kong for a few hours, unfortunately.
Can you tell our young people how was it your experience here in Hong Kong?
When I was in Hong Kong, it was a time in which still at the beginning was the last period of a British presence here. and with the handover was the beginning of the Chinese rule. So I experienced both of them. I can say many fears are not anymore. I can say that just looking around how still Hong Kong grew up, and we can see this wonderful. I think at that time I was young. Now I am not so much, but you see the life is going on for everybody. Anyone must find the place where he has to stay, where God put him. The most important is not to do many things or to have I don't know which kind of experience, but to find your place where to stay and to work well in peace and joy. When you have no joy, it's something sick in you.
Thank you, Your Eminence. What is the purpose of your visit this time in Hong Kong?
I have been first in Taiwan because of the National Eucharistic Congress there. Coming back from Taiwan, I stopped first in Macau and then in Hong Kong, from where I will go back to Rome. So I could not lose this possibility to visit friends and to know again, to look at the places where I have been for so many years. Being here, I'm happy that to share with many some elements concerning the life in Hong Kong, also to give to them some elements of my reflection concerning the life of the Church.
Now that you are serving as the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of People, what does the prefect do?
Our congregation was created by Pope Gregory XIII 400 years ago. And the purpose is to bring the gospel everywhere in the world. The world was opening up with the new continents, yes, like America, like Asia, Far East Asia, like Africa and so on. The congregation took this job from the Pope, and still now we are continuing, not only bringing the gospel to the world, but also in understanding, learning, education, health, and with the gospel too.
You were also a kind of a bridge. Can you tell us some of your impressions while working here as a bridge between the Church and China?
Well, I was at service of the Church here in Hong Kong, in Macau, and I was a point of reference for the Church in China too. That was the moment in which a relationship was started to be built. I am glad that now a long journey is done and the things are moving slowly forward. You cannot bring the present without the past. Yes. So that past was a part also of my experience, but also to get at present the better situation or could be better in the future too.
So talking about the future, how can you describe the future of the relationship between the Church and China in general, based on your own experience?
We are in dialogue. The dialogue is important. You must trust. Without trust, you cannot build any dialogue. But if there is trust, we have to build also this trust. Things will become better.
Yeah, some of the young people ask me, if you meet Cardinal Filoni, you may help us ask this question, because talking about trust, about the agreement between the Church and the Chinese side. So, what does this agreement try to achieve?
I gave an interview to the Osservatore Romano, so I think it's easy to understand also what happened. I wanted to repeat it just again that the agreement, the beginning of this relationship, of this trust, is done step by step. I don't want to jump.
Yes.
I wanted to say we have to build the future.
Yeah.
Not only we as a Holy See, but also the Chinese government and also the Church in China. But not only the Church in China, also all those who are outside, like those who are in Hong Kong, the United States, in Macau, any other place, they must collaborate. This is why I always used to talk about 3 legs to make a stable relation. And this is I wanted to repeat and to stress again. These 3 legs are the OEC, the Chinese government, the Church in China, and all the others who are interested to help the future of this church in China and for the sake of the Catholic Church everywhere.
Your Eminence, you mentioned about the 3 legs, but when we look back into the deal, as we call it, there are people who see this deal as victory of the patriotic church, something like that. So I think you have some words to say about this.
I also explained to this matter, there is no victory for anyone. Those who are talking about victory, they have a small perception, not the whole perception. I wanted just to say what Jesus said in the parable of the 2 sons. One who left, the other who was in the house. When the father who left the house went back, although he dilapidated everything, the father said to the other, "Don't be sad because he's back. Be happy because we are united and are together." And this is my message.
Thanks for the message. And back here in Hong Kong, what message can you send to our parishioners, to our faithful, especially in this time when some questions are being raised about the governance of the diocese?
I think many are asking about this question. You are the future. The future is in your hands. Don't ask as you are shaken by any part of trust of the future and so on. You build your trust, you build your future, and please don't be afraid.
And finally, the young people want to hear from the wisdom of the pastor, as you said earlier, that you are an old man. So what can the old man tell the young people?
I don't want to teach anyone. Each one of us will learn also from his experience. I learn from my experience. The young people, they have to do mistakes, but they have also to learn from the good. Listen and be in touch. Don't be close. Open up your mind. Listen what the others are saying, the experience of the others. Be yourself also able to go forward step by step. If you once make a mistake, next time you will not make any more, and from that you will build your future. So this is my message.
Thanks, Your Eminence. Do you still remember one word of Chinese?
Toss.
多謝費點麥神父嘅分享。教會透視報導完畢，再會。